Hey guys, welcome back to Explainer X. Today, I am going to recap a 1995 erotic movie, named Post Box Tinto Brass. So, let's begin. After successfully producing various adult films, Tinto Brass has made a name for himself as the sex maestro. Many fans send him letters depicting their sexual journeys. Some of them want to star in his next movie, while others ask for advice, and a few of them recite their stories for pleasure. Tinto Brass receives the letters and reads them while discreetly admiring his beautiful secretary, Lucia. The first letter is from a 19-year-old called Milena. She was at the beach with her boyfriend. The two decide to make out, so they look for a quiet and secret place to do it. Milena is busy making out with her boyfriend when she sees another couple going at it. The couple is on higher ground, so they can see Milena very well. Instead of telling her boyfriend about the other couple, Milena continues her ministrations while the couple watches. She even gets on top of her boyfriend to block him from seeing what is going on. After the affair is over, the first couple leaves, and so do Milena and her boyfriend. They meet each other at the beach but do not say a word. Tonto feels that Milena's boyfriend already knew about the other couple and acted as if he didn't to see what Milena would do. The next story is about a woman called Elena. She is married to an average man called Guido. Despite earning a minimum wage, Guido refuses to let his wife work, preferring her to be a housewife. Elena is making dinner one evening when she gets a call from the Countess. Guido wonders why the Countess keeps on calling her, so Elena claims that the Countess enjoys her company and likes her shopping idea. Guido finds a packet of condoms in Elena's purse. He confronts her about it, and Elena says that she got them from some kids outside the mall. The kids were doing an anti-HIV donation, and for each donor, they gave a pack of condoms. Guido buys the explanation. However, the truth is that Elena works as a lady of the day or prostitute, and the Countess is her brothel's manager. The many women in the house have various behaviors and personalities. One does it for the thrill, most for the money, and some for their hatred of men. I don't understand that too. Elena's name in the brothel is Michelle. She does this because she likes the pay that comes with this and how she can afford trinkets that her husband cannot give her. The ladies are in the common room when a new client comes in. Elena is surprised to see her husband. He is introduced to the women and immediately chooses Michelle. He introduces himself as Carlo and appears to not know who Guido is. Michelle decides to play along and treat Carlo like she would any client. Carlo wants unprotected sex, but he will have to pay extra. He asks for some oral work and Michelle says she has to wash his penis. In the bathroom, Carlo is overwhelmed and takes Michelle right then in her buttocks unprotected, saying he will clear the balance later. At home, Guido acts like he normally would. One time, he is amazed at the huge sums of money the sex workers make. He asks if they can get a new car. Elena explains that they got a new car and Carlo visited the brothel often to do things with Michelle that he would never do with his wife. Michelle wonders whether Guido is that naive and did not recognize Michelle as Elena, or if he acts like he is naive. The next story is of a young 19-year-old voyeur called Betta. She is at the amphitheater reading a guidebook while waiting for her boyfriend to get her a snack. She sees that the only other person in the area is a Japanese tourist. She gets excited and begins opening her legs and exposing herself to him. She is so excited that she goes inside a cave and removes her underwear. She goes back to her spot and exposes her naked parts. The tourist retrieves a camera, but Betta knows that the man is not taking pictures but using the zoom feature to see her parts. She displays herself in as many positions as she can, enjoying the tourist's perversion. The tourist uses his guidebook to direct the sunlight and illuminate her parts, so he can see them better. However, Betta's boyfriend comes back, so the tourist ceases his actions. The couple leaves, but Betta is excited. Tinto remarks that Betta is an exhibitionist who deeply enjoys it. His attention is drawn to his secretary, who exposes herself before him, revealing no underwear. A delivery guy knocks and leaves a large package with a letter, pictures, and tape. The next story is about a woman called Renata married to Piero. The two have an eatery, and as work got busy, their love life dwindled. They resorted to taking nude, seductive pictures, hoping to restore their spark, but that was unsuccessful. One time, the two decide to start creating videos. Renata tells Tinto to look at the encased tape and watch out for a surprise. The video reveals Piero and Renata acting out a dirty waiter and filthy customer sex scene. Afterward, the film shows that Renata and Piero soon got bored of the tapes. They decide to seek out other videophile couples. This is the surprise she was talking about. The video shows Renata and Piero joining another couple in the woods. The couple has a rule against penetration of each other's partner, but they throw this out of the window. After the film is done, Tinto is so turned on that he envisions his secretary naked. The woman excuses herself since she has plans with her boyfriend. Tinto is a bit jealous, but the woman refuses to have an affair with him. Before departing, she shows him her panties, which she had removed earlier. The next story is about Rissel. She is a fan of Tinto's movies and usually watch them with her husband. She is a decent woman who never thought that what happened would ever happen. She had plans with her husband, but he cancelled because he was busy at the hospital. She sits on the couch and ignores the ringing phone, thinking that it is her husband. When the caller is insistent, she picks up. She is surprised to hear a man lamenting how erect his penis is. Rissel says that it is the wrong caller, but the man asks her not to hang up. He begins giving Rissel instructions, hoping to make her aroused, and they can finish together. Rissel is drawn to the man's voice and finds herself doing so. The two are deep in passion when Rissel's husband gets home. He is shocked but very turned on by the scene of his wife moaning in pleasure and touching herself. Rissel sees him and raises the phone, allowing him to hear what the man on the other end is saying. Rissel's husband is so turned on that he starts making out with her there and then. They ignore the phone, but hearing the moans makes the caller finish too. Tinto is not interested in reading entries from men. One fan accuses Tinto of being a pervert who enjoys watching women get intimate. Tinto does not argue with that, saying that some people enjoy being watched. He gets a letter from Francesca, who has been married to Paolo for 3 years. One night when having sex, Paolo asks her whether she has thought about having sex with another man. The thought is too much for her that she gets very aroused. Soon, she decides to attend a swinging wives party with her husband. They get into a mansion where several couples are entangled. Paolo has Francesca drink a lot of alcohol to loosen her up. The couple moves into another room and soon swaps with a couple. The next story is about a woman called Ivana. She is a faithful wife to her husband Filippo, but he is so addicted to gambling that he has cost them a lot. One night, Ivana waits on her husband, but he does not come home. She gets from angry to worry and fears that her husband might be in danger. Filippo comes home drunk and confesses that he has lost everything to gambling. Ivana encourages him that all will be better, but she learns that Filippo had placed a bet on her and lost. This means that Ivana has to spend the night with a blonde guy and a deaf man. Ivana is angry that Filippo would treat her like that, but she agrees to do it, seeing that her husband would be absolved of a 10 million debt. She dresses up nicely, puts on some makeup, and cleans herself while her husband helps her out. She leaves. Her husband tries calling her, but her phone is disconnected. When she comes back, she is drunk and giggly. Filippo helps her undress and Ivana explains what happened. She had been with the two men. What was funny to hear is that the men had sex with each other too. Instead of getting jealous, Filippo is excited. Ivana asks her husband when she will go gambling again. Tinto feels that Filippo might have lost his savings, but he gained his wife. A man enters Tinto's office with a beautiful model. Tinto sees her naked and realizes that she is perfect for his next film. He gives her an audition and promises to call back. He has her details placed on file A. The day is about to end and Lucia wants to leave as she has plans to watch some movies with her boyfriend. Tinto refuses to let her leave until she tells him a story like the ones in the letters. Lucia remarks that she has no fantasies, but she had a dream. In the dream, she goes to a shoe store to get some shoes and is delighted to see that Tinto Brass is the owner. Tinto takes her in for a fitting and begins cuddling her. She lets him do it for a few seconds before kicking him to the floor. She hits his crotch and is surprised when his penis starts popping out. It is so huge that it fans her skirts. The mannequins in the room become alive and Lucia's boyfriend asks her what she is doing. She remarks that she is with the maestro, and the movie ends here.